So rain was the order of the day as I decided to trek into Limerick City to peruse the bookstores to find the book in question that I liked to read when I was in school.
Say hi. Oh wow.
And yes, the storm did knock out the Sky satellite television signal.
This is going on YouTube later. Good lord, that's loud. Okay, bye.
So bookstores have always been a huge thing in my life, not least O'Mahony is one of Ireland's biggest book selling franchises rather. And of course there was a giraffe in the window. Hi giraffe! I like giraffes. They will forever be relevant in my life. I walked through the halls of this bookstore thinking of the billions of words surrounding me as I walked through it, and how much such a small portion of those words means to other people. And of course, a second giraffe showed its face. Oh, giraffes. And of course, my boyfriend gets in the way of this signs which point to and from all of the words, all the books in this place. And it got me to thinking what connotations those words actually have, what connotations those books even have, and what they mean to me and to any reader, as novels, as pieces of knowledge. But I took a trip to the fantasy section in search of a book that I read when I was in my 4th class of primary education, which would equate to 3rd grade or 4th grade, I guess, and then decided that I should check the children's section instead. Here it is, The Spiderwick Chronicles by Tony DeTerlizzi. The second book, of course, The Seeing Stone, was the only book in the series that I actually read, but it's the only book from my primary education that stands out as a book that I enjoyed, mainly because the protagonist is named Jared, and I'd never met another person named Jared until I read this book. And it got me to thinking, as myself, in terms of a writer, if I could write a book, or, you know, many things. And I tried to show you a page here where it says Jared, but it's not really working. But books in general are a huge part of my life, especially fantasy stories. There's the Game of Thrones books that have been such a popular TV series recently, and I also noted the Shelley Harris books, the True Blood books, which are also a popular TV series. And I got to thinking that books translating to television is making this generation very lazy in terms of reading, and it was something that quite upset me. Even graphic novels, as shown here, get people looking at books rather than reading them, and I thought it was kind of hurtful for a bookstore to have so much bearing on the visual world as opposed to the literary world. And of course I took an obligatory trip to the music section, where there's books I'll never read, things I'll never learn, maps I'll never look at, bands I'll never hear, children's books. So many children's books that the children themselves don't even read. So I just wanted to let you know how I feel about the modern reading era and how upsetting it is. Upsetting in terms of readers, in terms of writing. Upsetting because the people who don't read now will never read, because they're not being brought up to read. Today is awesome because I started to think of the life of authors and how without us readers, they have no life at all. Keep reading. DFTBA. Good luck.